And developing right now, the family of One Direction member Liam Payne reacting to his death today. The 31-year-old singer and former One Direction member passed away yesterday after falling from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Joining us now is TMZ executive producer Michael Babcock. Michael, thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Michael, this news really stunned so many people around the world. So what's the very latest that you guys are hearing as of now?
So, and absolutely could not, echo that more. I think it was shocking even for us in the newsroom here. You get a lot of tips and a lot of times they're fake, not made up, not true. And this is one you hoped and prayed that this could not possibly be true, that this 31-year-old person who was beloved around the world, that he could in fact be gone. But sadly, we obviously know that was the case. So he was staying at a hotel called Casa Sur in Buenos Aires. He was there for a couple of days. He had actually just recently reunited with Niall, one of his former One Direction bandmates, and they had a nice time sort of hanging out together. Spending some time on vacation. Yesterday around 5 p.m. local time, the hotel manager makes a call to 911 and he reports a couple of things. One, that Liam was acting erratically and he felt like he might have been under the influence of some sort of substance. And two, and I think this has really grabbed the attention of a lot of fans, he was concerned, the manager was, that Liam was in this hotel room locked behind a door and there was a balcony. And he actually, on the 911 call, relays to the operator that he was scared that Liam might do something to himself and hurt himself in some way. We know now he falls somehow from the third floor over his balcony and tragically falls to his death. The question now is, was this an accidental fall or was this something that was done on purpose, intentionally? Yeah. And that's what police are now looking into.
Yeah, I just heard that phone call. It's quite ominous and sad to hear. Yeah. Michael, quick question, though, because you guys broke this story first. You had some images of Liam's tattoos that, are apparent and they're on his body. Yeah. You're getting some backlash for that, which, what do you guys react and how do you respond to that? Because obviously you're trying to confirm that this is true, but obviously it puts you in a tough situation. Yeah, no, and look, there's a balance, and that's obviously a conversation that newsrooms across the world have. You want to be sensitive to the family and to the friends, and also while working a news story. When the information was coming in, police had not yet confirmed that it was Liam. So what was done on the TMZ website, there was an image, did not show the full image, didn't show his face, but that showed, I think, his arm and his abdomen where he has some very recognizable tattoos. So that's sort of used as a way to confirm or to match up the tattoos at a point where police had not yet confirmed his identity. And then once they did, obviously that photo was removed. Sure. I mean, it's a terribly horrific and sad story. I mean, it's something obviously that shouldn't have happened. And this guy had so much life left to live, and you feel horrible for everybody. You certainly do, and you know his history as well with this drug use and issues that he struggled with. It's interesting because you see a lot of the Latin American news outlets, they put information out there fast, first. It doesn't matter, pictures or whatnot. And there was some paraphernalia, some drug paraphernalia that they had posted pretty quickly yesterday. Have, the U.S. outlets confirmed that? Have you guys kind of confirmed that stuff? Right. No, and I saw those photos, and look, he has talked about, and people know that are fans of him, that he has struggled with addiction in the past. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that those photos end up being real. But as far as us having confirmed them, at this point, we haven't. Although, we mentioned that 911 call, and obviously on that call, the manager brings up drugs and alcohol and him possibly being under the influence. So if they wind up being real, I wouldn't be surprised in the least bit. And what are you guys hearing just maybe on the fan side of things? Because obviously One Direction was millennials' biggest, it was so big for so many people, that band, including himself as a talented artist. What are you guys taking back right now in terms of so many people probably hitting you up that are fans? You know what? I think you watched him grow up. He was only, 2010 when the band forms, he was only 16 years old, and you watch this teenager become a man. And
I think a lot of people felt like they knew him. It wasn't just about, hey, I like that song or I like his music. It was deeper than that. And I think you've got fans, family, friends, everybody just, shocked and devastated, I think, are the two words that I would best use to describe the feeling that they're experiencing right now.
All right. Well, Michael Babcock, we appreciate you checking in with us and giving us the very latest on that. Again, executive producer of TMZ, thank you again so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.